It's quite common for a stop tap or a bib tap, often called an outside tap, to leak from the gland. The gland is that part just there where the gland nut is. Inside of there is some packing which stops the water from leaking out. If that deteriorates, you need to replace it. If the tap's in the closed position, the packing gland does not normally leak, but once you open it, it's quite common to get a leak from that gland. You can use PTFE tape to repack the gland, or you can use string and silicone grease, as long as it is suitable for potable water. We are now going to go outside and we are going to fix the leaking gland on an outside tap. As you can see, when you open this tap, there is a considerable leak on the gland. The first thing you should try and do in this situation is tighten up the gland nut, which is that small nut on the top. And as you can see, by tightening that, that has actually stopped. We're just going to give that a wipe, just to see if it has completely stopped. So as you can see, just by tightening the gland nut, we've actually stopped that tap from leaking. It doesn't matter if you're doing this on a stop tap or if you are doing it on an outside tap. The packing gland is the same on both of the taps, no matter which type of tap you're doing it on. You do not need to isolate the water to do this, but you need to make sure that the tap is in the closed position when you do it. If you don't do, when you undo the packing gland, a lot of water will come out of there. So make sure the tap's in the closed position, and then you can undo the packing gland, which will undo in an anti-clockwise direction. To make this a little bit easier, we're just going to take the handle off the top. So we've now removed the packing gland, and if we use a screwdriver and put that in there, we can pull out the old packing gland. This particular one looks like it's made out of graphite. In a lot of older stop taps, you might find that there's a piece of string in there. If you just wrap it around the spindle, we'll just push that in using a screwdriver. And then we can put the packing gland nut back in there, and we can tighten that up. If you do this and it's still leaking, you can simply add some more PTFE tape. You don't want to go mad when you're tightening the gland nut. Just put the handle back on there, and we'll just try it. That is a little bit loose, so we're just going to take the nut out again, and we'll put a bit more PTFE around it. You can also use string for doing this, but you need to put some silicone grease on the string. So again, we'll just push that down, and we'll put the gland nut back in again, and we'll just tighten that up. Each time you do this, it is compressing the PTFE around the gland. And I'll just tighten that up again. And you can actually feel that time that it is considerably tighter. And I'll just put the handle on and just check the tap still works. And you can be pretty sure that if we were using this tap now, that would have fixed the problem of it leaking. So the first thing to do when you get a leaking tap like this, whether it's a stop tap or an outside tap, is to tighten the gland nut. If that doesn't work, you need to replace the packing that's in there. You can replace it with either PTFE tape or you can use string and silicone grease.